Hey, Alexia.
Hey, Foster.
How are you doing?
I am great. What about you?
I am fantastic. I'm fabulous.
I'm fabulous.
Fabulous. So today, you suggested a topic for the episode.
And
So tell me
I'm
about
already regretting it.
Already regretting it. So
Yeah.
tell me about the topic for today. What did you choose and why?
Because it's a sound that I have a lot of problems, and I thought, what's the best way of practicing it? Let's record an episode.
A sound that Alexia has a lot of problems with.
The main problem, amor, not like everything.
The main problem?
Yeah.
Okay, I have like 2 or 3 in my head, but tell me which one we are talking about today.
That's not fair. 2 or 3?
There's not one main problem. I'm talking about 2 or 3 big starting points to take your English from advanced to super, super fluent native speaker, Beyonce.
Okay, but before we start, I want to say a thing. Last night, I got a call from your dad, Jamie, and it was the sweetest thing ever. He was stuck in traffic, and then he
was in a traffic jam.
Yeah. Can I say stuck in traffic?
Yeah, you just said it pretty fast, so I was clarifying for our listeners.
Nice.
Traffic jam.
Yeah.
Engarrafamento.
Engarrafamento, no trânsito. And he was listening to one of our episodes, and the episode that he chose to listen was about me reading during the wedding.
During my brother's wedding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that I had a huge blackout and I can't remember anything, and that's true. And he didn't know that at all. And then he called me, just me, myself, my cell phone, which I thought it was so cute to tell me that I did a great job. And he was amazing. Thank you, Jamie. If you ever listen to this episode, here it is I am grateful for that.
Yeah. So just 2 things to clear the air a little bit or clarify. First, my dad is a very active person, so when he gets bored, he is very restless. So when he's stuck in traffic, immediately he's like, okay, I need to find a podcast. I guess I'll listen to Inglês no Rádio. And then he listened to the one talking about Camden's wedding. The second thing is, in those episodes about my brother's wedding, we talked about my dad and his speech, and we kind of made a lot of jokes about my dad, because normally my dad never listens to Inglês no Rádio. So I was like, oh, sorry, Dad, we kind of made a lot of jokes about your speech. And he's like, you did? I was like, yeah, we recorded a few episodes about the wedding. He's like, what'd you say? So, Dad, if you're listening to this, you know that it always comes from a place of love.
Yes.
And
yes.
You are the sweetest.
Thank you, Jamie. I loved your call last night. So, back to the main point.
Back to the show.
Yes. So, the sound that I chose today is the one that when I am thinking really fast with some words, I can get it right, but most of the time I can't.
Most of the time.
Most of the time I can't.
Another pain point for Alexia. She says a lot of things like all of the times, most of the time. We always keep time singular when we are talking about it generally, most of the time, all the time, that kind of thing.
Okay, so today's episode is about... You say it.
About what? No, I want you to say it.
No, amor, go ahead.
I think that you want to talk about the aw sound.
Yes, the aw sound.
Yes. So to clarify, Alexia, I think that you are confusing some of your big difficulties with something completely different. Personally, I would say that the difficulty you are trying to talk about is with the schwa sound, and really with a more advanced concept of when you have the schwa with a consonant immediately after that, in words like other or onion, then you start tending to mix those sounds together and you almost produce this all sound.
That's it.
Is that what you're referring to? Okay.
Because I'm done of saying those words wrong.
I'm done with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think a good place to start is with a very common example. We're using minimal pairs. You guys probably know this by now, but minimal pairs are two words that are almost identical in sound except for one sound. So for example, we have the word lunch. Alexia, can you repeat that with me?
Lunch.
Que seria?
Almoço.
Lunch é almoço. And then we have the word launch.
Launch.
Que seria?
Lançar.
Pode ser lançar, também pode ser lançamento. So, say that with me. Lunch.
Lunch.
Launch.
Launch.
Nice. Nice. So, the most common mistake for you and most students that we have worked with is with this aw sound in the word launch, lançamento, is the tendency to separate this into two different sounds. So, for example, in writing, we write the word launch, L-A-U-N-C-H, right? So when you have that A-U combination, automatically your Portuguese-speaking brain, your Brazilian brain, just sees and visualizes A-U, and you say, ow, ow. So you are physically producing two different sounds. You are starting with an ah. Say it with me, Alexia.
Ah.
And then you are changing that to an oo.
Ooh.
So you're saying ow.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, there's a lot of movement there. So you and a lot of other people, I'm not specifically saying
No,
you.
but I am the guinea pig.
You are the guinea pig. You're taking one for the team.
Yes, so come on.
So I hear a lot of people saying launch, audio. But it should be launch, audio. So try those two words for me.
Okay.
Launch, audio. Let's think of some other examples. Law, saw, dog. Yes, this is all the aw sound. Okay, now, why do you think this is difficult, Alexia?
For me, when there is a AU is the most difficult one.
The AU.
Yeah. Lounge.
Okay.
Audio. But with the words like, for example, caught and taught, I don't have any problems. Because for me, it makes sense. It's already in the past, like, okay.
Interesting. Because that is still, we still write those words with an AU. Your brain works in mysterious ways.
That's why I'm doing this episode, because I want the mysterious thing to go away.
You want to take the mystery out of this. Okay, so like we say on the show many, many times, the biggest mistake that you are probably going to make in your English all the time, you're always going to suffer with it, is connecting the way we write in English to the way we speak. So that is connecting the writing system to our speaking system. English is not a phonetic language, which means those things aren't really connected, right?
Yeah. I think for me, I don't want to be snob here at all, but when there is a AU, usually it reminds me of French. And then, for example, the word bye-bye, like goodbye, is au revoir.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's AU. And it goes directly to my mind like, okay, I need to make this sound.
Yeah.
And that's why my mind gets really confused with like launch.
Yeah. So again, I think that the easiest way to deal with this is just disconnecting writing from phonetics, right? Because you can have a sound in French, in Spanish, in Portuguese, in English, and it doesn't matter the way you write it. And the good thing here for you and all of our listeners, is you essentially have this exact same sound in Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of some examples where you say the "ó" sound?
Olha.
Yeah, olha, olha só, ó.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much the exact same, right?
Yeah.
So now say audio.
Audio.
I cannot tell you how many times in our sound school course people always say, "Hey Foster, I'm sending you my Awww. And I have to say, okay,
Audio.
with the AU combination, it is very common for Portuguese speakers to separate these two sounds and say ow, but it's just
It's almost audio.
Sorry?
It's almost audio. Audio. No, in Portuguese, audio.
Ah, you're talking about the cookie,
Yeah.
right?
Audio. It's almost.
I would not recommend that personally because Oreo in English, audio, there you're combining R sounds. That's just a little bit difficult.
Okay.
So we have one problem that we write this with the AU sound and Portuguese speakers automatically want to say ow. To make it even more complicated, we write this sound, we represent this sound in a lot of different ways. For example, sometimes we use the letters OU. For example, like I bought a new TV, right?
Yeah.
Not true. Did not buy a new TV. But
No, but I bought you a new laptop stand.
Alexia bought me a laptop stand, which is my favorite thing in the world because I spend so much time with terrible posture and I love my new laptop stand. Thank you, Alexia.
You're welcome.
So we have OU, bought, fought, right? We have AU that we already talked about, like launch, audio, caught, taught, etc. We represent the sound sometimes with an AW. Can you think of any examples of that?
Saw.
Saw.
I saw bird.
I saw bird. I saw a bird.
I saw a bird.
Yeah, I like that you're trying to think of very simple examples, but that was, I saw bird. Yeah, so AW in words like saw, law, draw. Nice, nice. Sometimes we represent the sound simply with an O, like in the word lost.
Mm-hmm. I got lost walking yesterday back home.
Right.
Walking back home yesterday.
Right. You got lost because you saw a dog.
Yeah, but here you're doing dog, not dog. Dog.
Dog.
You were like dog.
Yeah, maybe I am exaggerating the duration a little bit when I say dog. And perhaps that is my southern accent coming out. But I don't want to complicate things. No one in English is saying dog, dog. You can try, but if I make any changes to the sound, it is very subtle, and you need not pay attention to that, please.
No, let's make it simple. Dog. That's it.
Yeah, dog.
Soft.
Soft. Excellent. Excellent. So my recommendation is you have all of these different ways of writing this same sound. Just forget about it. Forget about it. And when you have words that you are thinking, okay, this is one of those words like launch, audio, law, saw, fought, caught, taught, bought, dog. All of those things that Alexia and Foster are talking about, that is just the aw sound. And it's very similar to the sound that already exists in Portuguese in words like olha só.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you have questions?
No, I don't. I just need to practice.
That is what I love to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'll talk to you in the next episode.
Okay, see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.